They may not be running for presidency, but they will have a bigger chance of affecting our lives than the incompetent leaders in all the White Houses and Golden Palaces in this world. They will be the chiefs of what will go into our mouths every day. If they fail, our bodies will cry. If they succeed, Uber Eats will lose money. Will one of these candidates take over this crew chief position with, according to some, the heaviest responsibilities? Are these two young men ready to run the kitchen?
Yeah.
During a pandemic.
No, during pandemic, no. Nobody told me.
Oh, God is pandemic.
Responsible for KC, KCCs, and through them, the members in the kitchen. First of all, what does that responsibility mean to you?
When I became KC and later KCC, I noticed that we had a lack of communication in the kitchen between the team, the workers and the supervisors, and also the KCC. So one of the things that we have to start immediately is setting something that will make easier our communication. Maybe have a meeting, a scheduled meeting every week or every month, or having a newsletter or email group that we can communicate to inform the problems that we're having in the kitchen.
I believe the main responsibility of this crew chief is to train KCs and KCC and workers. So crew chief can ensure the safeness on the kitchen and that everybody knows what to do and how to do. Mm-hmm. And I feel it's really the great issue now in the kitchen because some people, they don't know what to do and in which way to do. That's why we have some problems, for example, with Luis when he yells
Yeah, I think what he means, because we discussed about it already, is that some people, they get disencouraged, for the hostile environment that sometimes we have in the kitchen. But basically it's because what I said, communication, we just have to make clear what are the expectations.
Do you have any management experience in the past, or is it part of your education?
I'm studying business management, and I was involved in a lot of projects with my classmates, as well as in real life during my internships. And I was working in the kitchen as a KCC for 6 months, so I have a bit of experience working as a KCC and managing KCs and workers, and I feel it's going to help me in the case I will be elected as KCC.
I am also graduated in business administration, and I intend to get an MBA here in the United States. I do the extension program in business and marketing. I had an experience as sales supervisor, so I dealt with teams of many sizes, from 2 people, 10 people, 20 people, in different cities. I hope in the future different countries too.
You will be responsible for recruitment and training of new KCs. So my question is, what do you look for while recruiting for kitchen?
I will look for people with good communicative skills. I will have a look at how they enjoy cooking process, how they manage workers, and which opportunities they give to the kitchen. They can give to the kitchen.
We should use everyone's talent. I know there are more people in business area, economics, or other courses, communications, that we can use to work for the kitchen, and they use their abilities and learn new abilities. So for me, I think the most important thing is the person to want to do that. If the person is willing to work for the kitchen and will be happy there, and even facing some problems and difficulties, the person should have resilience to deal with that and enjoy it.
You have to give 10-15 hours of your time per week for this position, and you're not allowed to substitute for individual members. First of all, do you have the time?
I finished my certificate right now, so I do have a time, and I'm currently looking actively for OPT. And OPT is usually a part-time job, like 20 hours per week, so I guess it's not going to be a problem for me to work 15 hours as a KCC and to mix it with OPT. Yeah, but personally, I think that 15 hours of KCC might be a little bit small hours. Maybe we need more hours for KCC. Because personally as a KCC, I was working more than 15 hours, and I guess maybe we can speak about 20 hours as part-time job.
I agree with Ilya on that. I think 10 to 15 maybe it's not enough. 20 hours should be good to dedicate to the kitchen as a crew chief. For me, talking about my personal situation, I have a problem of not knowing how to say no to things. So I'm always engaging in new endeavors that so sometimes I don't have a lot of time. But currently I'm doing my marketing certificate and I have an unpaid internship. I also volunteer in foundation and Capital Lounge. But so that's why maybe Ilya can handle better the situation. But still, I will be available because I know that the kitchen needs people to work there and to dedicate time to make the changes that we need to improve the kitchen.
And what do you think about the stipend? Do you think it is worth the time that you will be putting in?
I know that I will have to sacrifice, like let go some of my shift covers that I get cash for, and also maybe some credits. But for me, that's a complete normal situation. We talked about that, and it's very clear for me. I don't know. Maybe we should adjust the KCC stipend to be more attractive because it's only us that are applying. In that there are more good people out there, you know. I think it's because it's not so attractive the way it is now.
Not a lot of members, they know that KCC is stipend, like all the types of kitchen crew chiefs, they vary from like different amounts. So for a kitchen crew chief, it's from 6 to 1200, so it depends. And I guess the stipend for kitchen crew chief must be evaluated maybe by workers or by somebody in the kitchen. So like, you know, if like crew chief works, like he or she can get more. In the case no, like they can get less. You know, so. And the same like works with bonus.
And this is the last one on the list. Must be familiar with kitchen policies, be able to solve issues and disputes. And you can just give a little example of maybe like there was this minor problem in the kitchen and you thought about it and you solved it.
Sometimes there is an issue between KC and workers when KC asks workers to do something and they don't want to. I don't know, for example, like the most popular one is like doing maths in the kitchen because it's a really hard job to do, you know. And KC sometimes may ask workers and they're not willing to. And like, I guess everyone can understand that because it's a hard job to do, you know, and stuff. Of course, we have some people who really enjoy doing maths. Yeah. And I guess it's like that kind of dispute that like can be, the KC must be like trained for this kind of disputes and must solve these issues as well as KCC.
The person who has the, let's say, autonomy to decide, you know, should be aware of every side, you know, don't take like the side of one person without knowing what the other person is thinking. I am the kind of leader that thinks that hears everyone and tries to inspire and motivate everyone. So I'm not like Ilya. Ilya usually that tells us what people should do, and I ask when I'm KC.
People call it management.
When I'm KC, I say, what do you want to do? You know, because if a person hates doing big dishes, why am I going to put the person doing big dishes? You know, so I try to understand what each person wants. So between the workers, we don't have many conflicts. We just have like everyone here like knows what they want with what they have to do. It's more when, for example, between KCs when someone wants more
chef
shifts,
workers, yeah.
or between the chefs when the chefs like don't want to work with a specific worker because the chef doesn't have patience to teach the person and it's a new member or whatever, you know. And I think for me it's manageable. We just have to talk, and again, communication is what we need to have in the kitchen.
Do you have anything that you would like to add?
We would like to thank you for all kitchen workers working in the kitchen hard.
I'm glad that things are changing little by little, you know. And like I said, we need people that are willing to work and be resilient with the obstacles that we're going to find. As many people that as we have in the kitchen crew to help that are willing, the better. So that's my final message here.